Our story kicks off inside the Superpower Academy. In the middle of the training yard, stands our protagonist, Nianfan, glued to his phone and having a blast. Out of nowhere, his girlfriend, Wang, smacks him hard across the face, knocking him to the ground. She scolds him for goofing off when the awakening test is about to start. Feng laughs it off. Relax, I'm 18, now odds are I'll awaken a normal 1 or 2-star profession. Unlike you, awakening at 16 with a full 5 stars. He pats her shoulder. No need to bust my chops. I'll just ride your talent in the future. Wang, clearly ticked, punches him again. Who said you could rely on me? Students nearby gawk. The tough, gorgeous Wang chatting with the scrawny Feng? Childhood friends or not, it looks odd. At the test site, a sign lists the available professions: support, magic, archery, and strength. Feng, waiting in line, grumbles that Wang's acting weirdly serious. It's his third attempt at the test. He figures he's seen it all. Instructor Qin calls names for the crystal test. Anyone who awakens gets gear for the practical exam. First up, Nianfan. Classmates snicker. They think he's a lost cause. Unfazed, Feng steps forward, lays his hand on the crystal, and the thing lights up. Qin notes the blue glow. Magic class. Everyone holds their breath for the star count. 1 star. Laughter erupts. Qin hands him his exam gear. As Feng heads for the gate, a strange screen appears. Conditions met. System activating. He's stunned. The system announces a secret passive skill. No backlash from dark power, plus a gift tone free forbidden spell per week. No energy costs. Feng's jaw drops. Dark power is the nastiest force around, and forbidden spells are next level stuff. Mud Swamp. His 1-star skill upgrades to Toxic Blast of Corrupted Earth. He's nervous, but hopes to survive the practical. Qin explains that 50 students will enter in groups to face monsters. Feng readies Corrupted Earth Blast, able to draw dark power into a shield that destroys obstacles. Problem: it's forbidden and evil. Drones are filming best not use it. Inside the arena, students battle goblins. Feng hides behind a tree, observing. Captain Zhou, monitoring screens, chews out Qin. Why is Feng hiding? Qin says Feng's health is poor and his skill is defensive, infuriating Zhou, who wants him ejected. Suddenly, a Cut-shy energy spikes detected. Zhu orders an investigation. In the arena, a terrified student watches a clawed beast slaughter goblins. Follow my orders, let's finish this. The monster growls, then blows up a drone without touching it. The drone crashes, conking Feng on the head. He hears movement. A swarm of monsters appears. The beast leader laughs and sends 2 monsters after him. Feng smiles. No drones. Perfect time to test the dark arts. Hand raised, he starts the forbidden spell. The beast leader freezes in terror. Operators report a surge of dark power, possibly a royal rank monster. Zhou panics, calls for reinforcements, orders an evacuation. Qin is horrified. A king-level monster could level a city, yet it's here in a newbie test. Feng's spell crushes the beast leader. He mows down monsters, pocketing 10 XP each. The leader nets 60 XP, level 1 to 10 in one shot. Golden grade loot drops. He keeps what he can use and plans to sell the claw weapon. Zhou's voice booms. Use your teleport scrolls, evacuate now. Feng sees traps left by his spell. He teleports out fast. Students exit and find Zhou waiting, ordering them back to the city. Feng grumbles, even teamed up, we couldn't handle a king-level monster. Will reinforcements even arrive in time? Then he senses the dark power vanish. Maybe the beast left for the city. Qin locks down the school until the threat passes. Later, Feng walks Wang home, tells him she's facing a powerful enemy. Wang adds, they detected a strange force in the test realm, so the school's sealed. Feng wonders if that strange force was actually the monster Wang fought. Noticing his silence, Wang thinks he's upset about his weak awakening. Defense spells can protect you, but you can't face the monster world alone. Join my team tomorrow. Feng declines, laughing, I've got this. Inside, he's thinking, I'd love to join, but with these forbidden spells, I can't let anyone see what I can really do. Wang flew off the handle and shouted, you're not allowed to refuse. I'll be waiting for you tomorrow at 8 sharp at the west gate. Feng tried to talk her out of it, but she brushed him off and stormed away. He went nuts inside. Stunned and stuck. If he went, he'd be exposed. Then it hit him. I could fake exhaustion and duck out of this. He ditched that idea just as fast, knowing it wouldn't work on her. Time for plan B. Before nightfall, he headed to the awakened shop to pick up a weapon that came with a built-in skill, pretending he already knew what he was doing. While browsing, he muttered, please don't let the system turn this weapon skill into another forbidden spell. Since I'm here, I may as well unload the loot I got off that beast. Inside, the receptionist greeted him. How can we help you? I need anything that matches the spell I've got. Weapon, clothes, whatever. Feng said. She smiled. We've got tons of top-tier gear. Check out this ready-made skill perfect for new awakened trying to power level. Feng shook his head. I don't need anything that strong. It's just temporary. She got huffy when she realized he wasn't splurging. I'm not wasting my time on someone like you. The new girl will help you. She snapped and walked off. The new girl showed up, listened to what he wanted, and let him try a bunch of weapons. After a few rounds, Feng picked out a ring and was grinning ear to ear, noticing his mood. She asked if he liked it. He thanked her and said yes. Then he asked where he could sell the gear he brought, and she led him to the appraisal deposit. Manager Zhang greeted him there. Feng pulled out the claw for appraisal. Zhang's eyes lit up as he inspected it. Plenty of buyers would jump on this. What price are you thinking? He asked. Top price only. Feng laughed. Done. Zhang told an assistant to watch Feng and stepped out. He called a client looking for a gift for his son and came back shortly. Buyer offered 50,000 crystals. Feng and the assistant were floored. Zhang added, after the 8% fee, you'll pocket 46,000. Funds transfer as soon as you sign. Feng loved how fast things moved and felt pumped he could snag more gear now. Meanwhile, the first receptionist was chatting with coworkers who teased her about turning him down even though she liked handsome guys. She smirked. I only go for rich men. A guy like him? Not worth the breath. Just then they froze as manager Zhang walked by with Feng. One coworker whispered, he sold something for 50 grand and wants to shop here. The first girl nearly fainted, regretting her attitude, while Feng finished his errands. Outside, the helpful girl introduced herself. I'm Yang Xian. Next time, ask for mail. Take care of you. Feng thanked her and left. Next day, Feng rocked his new clothes, strutting and humming while people stared. Yesterday's weapon test proved the system didn't mess with them, so he felt invincible. He reached Wang and called out. She was shocked he actually showed. She introduced the rest of the team: Shield Warrior, Mage, Fierce Knight, and Priestess. Feng greeted them, but they all glared they didn't want deadweight. Shield Warrior asked Wang if she was nearing her second transformation. He'd heard rumors. Feng's jaw dropped. Transformations happen every 30 levels, meaning she was level 60. Shield Warrior pulled out an agility potion. I wanted to gift this to you, he said. Priestess and Fierce Knight gasped. They knew how powerful it was. Priestess asked if it was expensive. He laughed. Money's not the issue. Dad called in a lot of favors to get it. Wang thanked him but turned it down. Shield Warrior snapped. You can't blow your future on a loser like him. Wang glared, telling him to watch it. He shrugged and kept trash-talking Feng. 1-star trash, plain and simple. Feng fumed. Might need a forbidden spell here, he thought. Priestess tried to calm things, but Shield Warrior barked at her, then said, that potion bottle's worth more than his whole body. Feng had enough. Look at you, biting people for no reason, and you're bragging over a potion that adds what 3 points? He retorted. Shield Warrior exploded. Mage chuckled. When'd you get so confident? If you mock him, you'd better have something better than that potion. Shield Warrior agreed. Show us an item stronger than this, and I'll bow to you. Fail, and you bow and apologize. Before he finished, Feng whipped out a gold tier item and handed it to Wang. Everyone went silent. The item boosted stats by 10 points. Wang used it and felt her power surge. Shield Warrior was stunned. He accused Feng of wasting treasure, but Feng shrugged and reminded him of the bet. He refused, but when Wang threatened to rethink her choice, he grudgingly bowed. Feng was thrilled he'd humbled Shield Warrior in public. He waved goodbye and left. Walking away, Wang tried to apologize. Feng cut her off. Don't sweat it. You don't need to hit any gates with me. Level up till your next transformation, so you can get into the university you want, he said to himself. Plus, I can grind easier solo. Wang refused. Don't give up. You can get strong too. Feng sighed. Who said I'm giving up? Then she handed him purple tier skill books. He flipped through them, grinning, and accepted. Scene shift. The outskirts of the secret world's dangerous cemetery. Zombies swarmed out of the ground. Wang drew her bow and picked them off one by one, while Feng sat behind her cheering. But he was bummed the XP here was lousy, and he couldn't admit he'd already hit level 10. In the end, Feng has no choice but to sit tight and do nothing. Right then, Wang's phone rings. When she answers, the priestess is on the line, telling her the monster leader the necromancer has already shown up and asking if she wants in. The Shield Warrior cuts in. You've gotta come. We can't kill him without you. Besides, a monster like that is bound to drop rare magic gear, and that would really help me as a caster. Wang is a bit thrown by what they're saying, but Feng calls over. Go. Don't worry about anything. The two of us are still in the secret realm, and I can keep leveling up. Wang answers. Wait for me in the safe zone till I get back. Feng replies happily. Deal. Wang heads out, and Feng waves her off. Once she's gone, Feng talks to himself, all pumped up. Nice. I'm finally alone to take on the big boss here. Lucky I learned 2 extra skills yesterday. Too bad I've only got 3 skill slots, and I can't use the books Wang gave me until I hit level 15. We see his stats. 3 open skills out of 5. Plus 2 passives. Cut to the boss spawn area, crawling with zombie monsters. A team is watching from a rooftop. The big guy among them says, "The boss usually pops deep inside that tall tower. We've got to keep fighting till we get there." They freeze when they see another really strong team has already gone in. Their shock doubles when they realize it's Wang's crew, so they decide not to mess with them. Meanwhile, the 5 members of Wang's team are going all out. The priestess asks the fierce knight if he's noticed a change in Wang's power. He answers, "For sure." Her stats jump 10 points in one shot. Jump to the tall tower. Feng casts a forbidden spell. Spatial magic hand warps straight inside, skipping every zombie outside. The moment he steps into the hall, the boss starts materializing. Feng greets him, "Took you long enough." The boss is stunned to see Feng, then rushes him, roaring, "How dare a stray adventurer like you show up alone without a party?" The boss's attack tears the place apart, but Feng dodges cleanly, leaving the boss confused over where he went. Feng casts the forbidden spell again, pops up behind him, and says, "I don't have a party because I hate sharing loot." Then he fires off another forbidden spell, Meteor Strike, hurling flaming rocks that obliterate the boss and the whole tower. Feng walks out of the dust, grinning. He just raked in a ton of XP and jumps straight to level 30. After the fight, a system message pops up. When he changes class, he can unlock either the hidden quest, Death Mage, or the basic quest, Elemental Mage. Feng's thrilled. Hidden quests are rare. He wonders if the items he's carrying are the key to that hidden quest, then fires off Meteor Strike again to nuke the rest of the zombies for some extra XP. That same attack rains down near Wang and her group, the sheer magical force, making them decide to retreat. The shield warrior objects, "We're not backing off." Wang snaps, "You're risking the whole team for your own gain." The shield warrior fumes, cursing his rotten luck this time. Wang pulls out her phone to warn Feng, but in their chat, she finds a message saying he's already left the realm. He's got important things to handle. Back to Feng, who heads straight to the class change hall. He opens the door, and is surprised no one's there. Suddenly, a receptionist appears and asks if he's here for a class change quest. He confirms. She gathers his info, then leads him to the mage's change room, expecting to process him since he's level 30. Inside, she tells him, "I'll leave you here. Just follow the procedure, nothing fancy." She heads back to her desk but is startled when the captain storms in. Furious, she asks what's up, and he says, "I just came back from the dangerous graveyard zone. It's been wiped out. We don't know who did it, but the damage looks king level or higher." The receptionist is shocked. "How can 2 king level beasts pop up in 2 days?" The captain answers, "Beats me. That's why HQ sent me to ask the Lone Darkness organization to step in." Back in the room, Feng is torn between the 2 class quests. He finally chooses Universal Path Mage, figuring it's the advanced one. He leaves, muttering, "Good thing they gave me 3 days to finish it. Plenty of time." On his way out, he says goodbye to the receptionist with a smile, then does a double take. It's the same receptionist who greeted him earlier. Next scene, a cave deep in the Rocky Mountains. An eager soldier is meeting a member of the Lone Darkness organization for the first time. The captain hushes him. "This group is shady. Nobody can know about them." He adds, "I've heard Lone Darkness members have hidden quests that let them tap into dark power, so they only take the toughest jobs." The receptionist now revealed as a Lone Darkness member shows up, nursing a brutal headache from the dark power. She tells the captain, "I couldn't find any leads. Whoever caused the destruction vanished afterward. We don't know their goal." The captain replies, "Lately, I keep getting reports of a weird power showing up in secret realms. Makes me think some disaster's brewing." He asks if the events are connected. She answers, "Can't say yet, but I need to contact HQ and get more troops first." The soldier with the captain cuts in, "Are you sure this power's a beast and not an awakened human?" She shakes her head. "No way. We pegged it as king level, and no human body could handle that." The soldier sums it up, "So a beast with crazy power is loose in the city and could blow everything up at any time." She nods. "Exactly. We've got to find it ASAP and stop the catastrophe." Back to Feng, who's home again. Now that he unlocked 4 more skill slots at level 30, he decides to learn the skill books Wang gave him. He reads them, thrilled to gain new skills, and even happier when they mesh perfectly with his old one. She still has 4 empty slots left. Since he's done with the books he has, He heads back to the shop to buy more. After a while, he arrives. The girl who insulted him last time spots him, but this time she doesn't dare repeat it and greets him warmly. Feng ignores her and asks for Miss Yang Shen. The girl says Yang Shen's busy with another customer, so Feng shrugs and says he'll look around on his own. The girl, annoyed by his attitude, tags along, insisting she'll help. She's mid-sentence when Yang Shen comes rushing over, apologizing for being late. She dropped her lunch the moment she heard he'd shown up. Of course, that was why the first receptionist was so mad. After that, the two of them went to Manager Zhang's office, where Feng handed him 2 skill books he'd gotten from Wang. He said he'd go buy some gear while Zhang checked the books out. Manager Zhang agreed on the spot, surprised by the weapons and manuals Feng had brought in. He thought to himself, I really need to learn this guy's background. I'd better assign someone to keep an eye on him. Sometime later, Feng finished shopping and took Miss Yang Shen to a restaurant to thank her for all her help. When he called the waiter for the bill, he was stunned to learn she'd already paid it. He stared at her. Why'd you do that when I'm right here? Yang replied, I've got my own reason to thank you, but it's a secret he can't tell you yet. She walked him out, said goodbye, and hurried off. Once she got into a cab, she told the driver to head to the city hospital. On the way she muttered, thanks to the bonus I got for escorting Mr. Feng last time, I covered a whole month of Dad's treatment. Without it, he might have died. Tears welled up in her eyes. Suddenly the taxi crashed, glass shattering everywhere. The driver was dead, and monsters were spilling into the city, attacking people. Yang Shen jumped out before they reached her, but she hit the pavement hard. Looking up, she saw a humanoid beast step through a portal. Grinning, she tried her fire. Still nothing happened. She screamed as the monster leapt into the air, winding up to finish her. Right then the captain cut the creature in half with his sword, saving her before it could strike. After checking on her, he told her to run and hide. Furious, he added, this place is wrecked, and it looks like the secret world's merging with ours. I've never seen this before. One star awakened can't handle these monsters at all. While he was talking, a hand shot at him from behind. The captain dodged at the last second. Human or shifter? He asked. The airborne attacker sneered. Don't lump me in with that trash. I'm a full-fledged Dark Force Guardian. First time the captain had heard that term, but he didn't dwell on it. He charged with all his might. The moment he closed in, the stranger's odd-looking hand landed a brutal punch, sending him flying. Feeling that power, the captain thought, at least 3rd shift, maybe higher. The man touched a finger to the ground, laughed wickedly, and said, this district is mine. Weaklings like you don't belong here. He dashed forward again, punching clear through the captain's armor and blasting him out of sight. Cackling, he shouted, no one here can stand in my... A voice from the pendant on his neck cut him off. Don't get cocky, human. I gave you that power. Without me, you're an insect anyone could squash. Prove you deserve its slaughter, everyone in the city, and take the world. The creepy-faced man swore to Feng he'd do exactly that. Back to Feng, he just stepped out of the store's bathroom when the carnage in front of him shocked him stiff. Bodies everywhere. A nearby monster spotted him, so Feng spun, triggered earth spikes, and skewered it before it got close. Glad I dropped big coin on that skillet. Really amps my earth magic, he muttered. Regaining his bearings, he walked out the front door and froze again. A blue-haired guy was sprinting toward him. Looks like a few bugs are still alive, the guy muttered. Blue hair grabbed for him, but Feng unleashed his own dark power, forming a shield that blocked the touch. The attacker stopped cold, baffled. At that moment the monster in the pendant spoke to Feng, rattled. I sense dark power in this guy way stronger than mine. It's scarier than death itself. Feng felt it too and detonated his shield at once. The pendant beast beat a quick retreat, abandoning its host. You're on your own now, you're useless to me. The man screamed for help, but it was no use. Every other monster in the city bolted for the portal, with only that man left, and his energy nearly gone. Feng walked up and stared him down, before making a move. Here's a quick note on shifters. During awakening, some people pick up the hidden Dark Force class. Controlling darkness makes them stronger than normal classes at the same level, but once they lose that protection, they're basically dead meat. Back in real time, Feng popped earth spikes again and ended the guy on the spot. He took a deep breath, grateful the fight was finally over, then gathered the gear the man had dropped and headed home before it got too late. A while later, an agent arrived, but the masked girl with her said the monsters had retreated, the invasion was over. The agent was surprised and asked about the rest of the city and why the attack happened. The girl replied, it's safe now, but the south side took heavy losses, and it's still a mess down there. Hearing that, the agent worried about the captain, who'd been posted in the south. She told the girl they were heading over. When they got there, they found someone inspecting the body Feng had killed. She shouted for him to freeze and identified herself. The manny's name was Duan. Calmly flashed a badge. He was with Cloud Realm. That stunned her. Cloud Realm always moves in secret. Why are you here? Duan pointed at the corpse. Because of him, he was supposed to be one of us, but he betrayed the organization and joined the assault on our base. A lot of people died. He then asked if she killed him. No, she said. We still don't know who did. She wondered if the invasion had really ended because of his death. In her head she thought, the captain reached third shift and still couldn't stand against him, and the entire corps was wiped out. At the same time, Du mutters to himself, while staring at the guy in front of him. He was crazy smart and always loved hiding between spatial cracks. I tried to nab him a bunch of times, but he always slipped away. The two of them figure someone must have rescued them and wonder if somebody that strong really lives in Kinyu City. Back at Feng's house, he's over the moon at the gear dropped by the guy he beat. Turns out the two items are gold tier and perfect for a fighter. He thinks he wasn't wearing them because he hasn't hit the right level yet. If he had, I would have needed some heavy forbidden spells to win. He also spots the necklace the guy had been wearing. The thing's shape is weird, and there's no data on it anywhere. His hand trembles as he holds it, annoyed, hoping it's not loaded with some evil power. Right then, the necklace's owner is watching Feng, thinking, good thing I locked the gate in time, so nobody can trace me. When Feng lifts the necklace for a closer look, the creature inside freaks out and cuts the connection before anyone can find him. He takes a deep breath, still stunned, wondering how Feng sensed him at all. Cut to the hospital where the captain's getting treated. He tells the receptionist and a guy in glasses what happened. A young warrior saved us. When the enemy saw him, they bolted, vanished, and shut the teleport gates behind them. The receptionist buys it immediately. I felt his power wasn't any lower than mine, she says. The man in glasses interrupts, puzzled. How could an enemy who's been dodging us forever who no top fighter could catch in like that? Maybe someone just happened to pass by, the receptionist says. Anyway, whoever it was is crazy strong and clearly unregistered. The captain adds, it'd be great if that powerhouse were with us right now. Just thinking about it makes me feel safe. The man in glasses goes on, wild idea, but shouldn't there still be traces of dark energy at yesterday's battleground? Sure, the receptionist replies. The enemies were Shadow Realm beasts. The man in glasses says, just a guess, but maybe that mystery powerhouse is a shapeshifter too. Captain Zhu snaps. Impossible. You're overthinking. Still, the receptionist starts to buy it and grows suspicious of someone. Jump to Feng, heading through the gate of the mystic world for his class change quest. He steps through and heads straight for the massive building in the center. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure tells him it's the elite warrior Du. Flashback a few days. After hearing his teacher's suit was up for sale, Du stormed the gear shop. He asked manager Zhang where the seller was, but the manager apologized, saying the guy was busy. Du muttered, I haven't seen this suit yet, but it's definitely my teacher's legacy. He offered cash for info on Feng. Zhang was sweating bullets, thinking, he's asking about this suit right after it went on sale. Are they working together or is this a coincidence? In the end, Zhang caved. I heard Feng's headed to a nearby city. Let me call to confirm. After giving Du everything, the manager sighed in relief. Once Du left, the assistant, baffled, asked why he'd been so nervous. Zhang said, I dug into Feng's background. His parents were just two star fighters who vanished in a freak incident when he was a kid. He enrolled in the city high school, was rescued at 18, and only reached 1 star. The assistant blurted, I thought he was incredible. Turns out he's a nobody. She added, if that's true, how'd he get all that pricey gear? No way a 1 star can afford it. That's the problem, Zhang said. The assistant gasped again, but that fighter who just left looked furious. She wondered if Feng's gear was stolen. Zhang, still jittery, replied, probably not stolen, just obtained illegally. Looks like he ticked off the wrong people. Back to Du, still tailing Feng, annoyed. I can't believe this kid stopped an invasion alone. Even my teacher, Captain Zhu, got overpowered by those beasts. He's thinking of Zhu because Feng, after the battle, grabbed Zhu's gear and sold it. Du continues, intel confirms my teacher's suit was with him. If he's not the powerhouse himself, he's working for him. I'd better tread lightly. Feng reaches the big building. Du's thrilled Feng's finally changing outfits, so Du can judge his strength. Hopes crash when Feng emerges in a plain mage robe. Du mutters, must be a disguise. A kid in a basic mage outfit won't raise eyebrows. He thinks, if he really has my teacher's suit, he might kill me to erase doubts. I'll keep my distance and just tag him with a tracking skill. Feng ignores the weak monsters and fighting warriors, heads straight inside. and instantly feels a strong aura. A beast lunges, but Feng blocks it effortlessly. Du is floored by Feng's defense, then watches every monster tremble and run. Now Du's sure Feng isn't normal. Feng stands before the world boss's statue like creature too terrified to move. Du's jaw drops when Feng walks away without touching it. Feng keeps going until he stops at another beast. The creature sees him, panics, and bolts. Du is stunned. He never even knew this world had a secret boss and can't figure out how Feng found it. Feng, confident, eyes the frantic boss that can't decide where to run. He lets out a wicked laugh. This quest's made for newbies, he says, but for me it's a breeze. He raises his hand, channels dark power, and fires lightning eye, one-shotting the boss. Du loses it and collapses in fear. That final hit is way beyond even my teacher's strength. Maybe this guy really is the 8-shift titan everyone whispers about. We cut back to Feng, who's fuming over the XP he just lost that can't even spend it until his first transformation is done. He digs a teleport scroll out of his bag, ready to bail from this world, when the warrior Du suddenly shows up and tells him to hold up. Feng stares, shocked, and snaps. Did you see my skill? Du's just as startled by Feng's expression and tries to calm him. Let me explain what I want first. Before he can, the alarm blares to life. Feng instantly triggers the scroll and says to Du, let's finish this outside. Once they're clear, Du starts explaining everything, and Feng blurts out if Du's been spying on him the whole time. Du apologizes, I meant nothing by it. I just had to see for myself. You're so young. I wouldn't have believed it without my own eyes. Du keeps talking, clearly upset. My master was insanely strong, but he gave his life to stall the invasion and seal the monster's world. Since then, the enemies used humans as sacrifices to crack that barrier, and I've been tailing them, but it's been useless. Feng stays silent, eyes fixed on Du, thinking, this guy's already at the 4th transformation. If he hadn't shown himself, I'd never have known he was watching me. Du realizes he's lower level than Feng and gets nervous under Feng's cool stare. He quickly says, I'm really grateful you avenged my first master. If you ever need anything, just ask. Feng mulls it over. He's anything but weak. If I can be friends with him now, he'll be handy later. Aloud, he says, for now, I don't want anyone knowing what happened or what I can do. Du swears he won't breathe a word. Feng keeps thinking, this strong guy carries dark power yet hasn't hurt anyone. He helped block the invasion and save the whole city. No matter his age, he deserves respect. With nowhere else to go, I might as well stay in Tanky City. Just then, Feng gets a sudden call from Teacher Chi, telling him to get back to the city ASAP because it's urgent. She hangs up without waiting for an answer, leaving Feng puzzled. We later learn receptionist Su Lan asked her to make the call. When Su Lan asks what happened, Teacher Chi says, he sounded calm, ready to return. I don't think there's a problem. Su Lan cuts in. How can a student who just awakened reach a transformation level this fast? No one learns about their first transformation unless there's an immediate investigation. Teacher Chi isn't convinced. Feng's a good kid and studies hard. I don't think he's bad. Su Lan insists. I'm not saying he's evil, but we still have to check everything. The scene jumps to Teacher Chi's meeting with the higher-ups. She asks if the spell that hit Kinyu City earlier came from shapeshifters. The chief thinks, then answers seriously, how can you even ask? Shifters use dark power and pay a price for it. The stronger they are, the higher the cost. He warns that careless shifters lose their families, their lives, and eventually turn into monsters. Bottom line, a king-level shifter is impossible. A blue-haired guy adds, I admire your imagination thinking there's a king-level shifter. If you love fantasy that much, quit this job and go write novels. Teacher Chi says, I'm just thinking things through. He smiles. Don't argue. Seems you folks can't detect anything. He laughs. If you're right and a king-level shifter exists, I'll chop off my head right now. Their leader cuts in, telling Su Lan, we've sent an investigation team to Chinyu City. They'll handle emergency operations. As for your request for extra manpower, from the Lone Shadow organization denied. Su Lan replies, so you don't trust me? The leader says, it's not about trust. Be patient. Su Lan takes a deep breath to calm down. Suddenly, a woman bursts in, shouting the latest news. She reports that the Temple of Initiation realm in Longbow City was hit by destructive magic, but no casualties so far. Teacher Chi is shocked. Feng was recording his training there during the investigation. Su Lan starts smiling. Well, this just got interesting. Cut to Longbow City, where a crowd is gathered at the gate, baffled by the barrier in front of them. A guarding warrior reassures them, relax, the barrier's tough and protects the city from dark forces. No monster can get in. The people brighten up and finally feel safe. Feng's annoyed. Looks like using my power triggered an instant alert. I'll have to wait till things calm down before heading back. Right then a teleport gate opens overhead blood and monsters pour out in droves. The monster leader eyes the barrier, confused. His aide says, "Forget the barrier, humans are cowards who hide behind walls." The leader snorts, "Shame, these creatures can't stop us anymore." He orders the charge. Monsters pass through the barrier like it's nothing, and lunged at the civilians, who scream and scatter. The nearby warriors freeze, too tense to move, baffled at how the monsters slip through. Du's there. He powers up his aura and looks at Feng. "This might be another high-level invasion like yesterday. Should we step in?" Feng asks if Du has a plan. Du, thinking Feng's testing him, says, "Leave it to me." Feng thinks, "Too many people around, he can't reveal my skills. Better he handles it." The warriors spring forward to shield the civilians before the monsters can strike. An archer fires ice arrows, but the monster blocks them with ease. Another warrior slashes from behind, but the creature senses it and parries. The archer loses hope as nothing hurts the monsters. The creature promptly kills the swordsman and keeps going. Frustrated he hasn't met anyone strong. Furious, he closes on the civilians, intent on wiping them out, but Du jumps in, parrying the monster's strike with a dagger. The monster's stunned someone stopped him and glares at Du. Du says, "Boss Feng doesn't need my help, but I'm not letting him lift a finger against you." He shoots Feng a look. "Don't worry, boss. I'll take them all." Feng quickly tells him to quit calling him boss. It's embarrassing. The monster laughs. "Fine, they're trash anyway." Suddenly Du slashes the monster, forcing it back and drawing blood. He leaps up, chaining strikes until the beast drops dead. Everyone around is floored. This monster leader couldn't even touch Du. When Feng sees what happened, he's thrilled inside, but he keeps his cool and doesn't show it. The monsters, rattled by their boss dying right in front of them, bolt for the spatial rift again, but the fighters chase them down, itching to avenge their fallen comrade. Du steps in front of Feng and asks if there's anything else he needs. Feng, no longer able to hide his delight, chuckles and praises him. "You did great." Everyone around them stares, baffled why is a powerhouse like Du treating some rookie student with such respect. A few whisper that Feng must be from a wealthy clan and Du's just his hired muscle. Du scoops up the loot that dropped from the monster and hands it to Feng. More gasps. Those items are worth a fortune. Meanwhile, the armored fighter props up his wounded buddy, walks over to Feng and Du, and asks for a quick word. A man in a suit steps forward, bows proudly, and introduces himself as Guy, the city's mayor. During the chat he says, "I'm guessing you're not from around here, you look kinda different." Feng sighs. "Correct, we're only here on business, but we're stuck and can't leave." Feng fixes the mayor with an icy stare and asks why things went so wrong. The mayor fidgets under the glare. "I think it was the alert shield we activated," he admits, bowing again and apologizing. Feng quickly waves it off. "It's not your fault or anything." Inwardly, though, he's thinking, what happened? Is all of this on me? The mayor turns to his aide. "Go grab that flight scroll I bought now. I want to give it to this warrior as an apology." Feng's eyes widen. Flight scrolls are super rare, single use, and make city hopping a breeze. Director Zhang interrupts Feng's thoughts, asking if he'll stay a few more days to guard the city. "Sorry," Feng says. "I'm slammed right now and can't." He thinks, that class change quest only lasts 3 days. If I stall, my first transformation won't finish. Moments later, the aide returns with a gift box. The mayor hands it over. Inside is a black card from the Yuan Shang Trade Center. "Just an extra thank you." Feng's jaw drops. The black card is incredibly rare and packed with perks. "Now I get how the mayor scored a flight scroll." He muses. He accepts the card and thanks him. The mayor, a bit shy, asks, "If my city's attacked again someday, could I ask for your help? I'll be there." Feng assures him. The mayor and his fighters practically explode with joy. This means their city's safe. They pop their flight scrolls and rocket toward Kinyu City. Sometime later we swing back to the Awakening Hall. Wang's team is waiting outside and cheers when they see the group exit. The transformation's done. Suddenly Wang looks up. 2 people are blazing across the sky. The armored fighter squints. "What's going on? I think one of them is Feng." He laughs. "Yeah, right. A flight scroll costs thousands of crystals. No way. A broke newbie like Feng's got one." Wang shoots him a glare. "Mock Feng again and you'll regret it." He shivers, clueless why she's defending such a weakling. The priestess steps between them, changes the subject, and asks for everyone's results. The armored fighter sighs. "I only got a rank. Too bad it wasn't an S." The fierce knight claps him on the shoulder. "An A is great. Only a handful ever hit S." He turns to the youngest member, beaming. Finishing your second transformation at 18 is huge. You'll get into a top academy with that score. The priestess looks at Wang, eager to know her outcome, but Wang just stares at the ground, bummed. The priestess wonders if she got a C or worse. The armored fighter secretly revels in the idea she bombed means he'll pass her later, though he fakes concern. Don't be sad. I'll help you train. You'll bounce back. Wang answers coldly, I couldn't care less about your rank. How would I be upset about an S I just got? Everyone's stunned. The priestess blurts, why didn't you say so? Because my case is different. Wang says, I landed a hidden class first time I've ever seen that. The armored fighter scoffs. You're mistaken. Classes are set at awakening. They don't change during transformation quests. Flash back to the transformation chamber. Wang froze when the system asked if she wanted to switch from Swift Archer to Vanguard Shadow in exchange for a hidden quest. She was even more shocked to see the emblem Feng had given her glowing. He'd been so confident handing it over. Did he know this would happen? She silently thanked him. The gift was saving her now. She accepted the quest instantly. Back to the present, the priestess scolds her. How could you make such a random, reckless decision? The armored fighter panics. What's a Vanguard Shadow? Never heard of it. If you blew it, you could ruin your whole life. Wang shrugs. My choices aren't your problem. She heads off to celebrate. The armored fighter, furious, decides to send people after the emblem, whatever it takes to get it back. Cut to Feng, absorbing the royal emblem in his hand. Before walking into the transformation room, he unlocks another hidden class, Forbidden Spell Manipulator, giving him pinpoint control over his spells. He's ecstatic at how the emblem pumped his stats, and can't wait to test this new power. Meanwhile, receptionist Solon is puzzled that Du is standing guard outside Feng's room. Du's already at 4th transformation at his age, crazy rare, even worldwide, she mutters. Yet staff say he walked in right behind Feng like a subordinate and treated him with ridiculous respect. She turns to Teacher Chi. That student of yours, Feng, is anything but ordinary. I'll leave this to you. Teacher Chi nods. Don't worry, I'm sure Feng will never be our enemy. Sometime later, Feng finally exits the hall, grinning at his results. As he chats with Du, Teacher Chi calls him over for a private talk. Du immediately steps back. I'll wait outside, boss. Feng almost chokes when Du drops that title in front of Teacher Chi. Du just loves to joke. He blurts. Teacher Chi ignores the comment and asks if he's completed his first transformation. Feng's stunned. She already knows. He thinks, I knew I couldn't hide it forever, but they found out so fast. Still, Teacher Chi actually cares about Mesh. Won't hurt me. I can trust her. He laughs lightly. Yeah, I did, explaining it's a pain, so I kept it quiet. Teacher Chi's expression turns serious. One more question might sound weird, but I have to know, have you been touched by dark power or not? Feng suddenly tenses up. Why would you ask me something like that? He blurts, wondering if the glitch he experienced during awakening has already been exposed. Teacher Chi answers, you know, weird things have been happening lately. Monsters are pouring out of secret realms into the real world, and a lot of people touched by the dark power have turned into mutants. Feng tries to reassure her. Relax, I'm definitely not a mutant. He's lying. Mutants are tracked by the authorities, and he doesn't want any part of that. Then Teacher Chi pulls a black stone from her bag. She tells him to inject his spiritual power into it so they can be sure. Seeing Feng's hesitation and the sweat on his forehead makes her suspicious, but in the end, he does as she asks. The second his hand touches the stone, it explodes. Both of them stare, stunned. Teacher Chi remembers what the receptionist, Sulan, said when she gave her the stone. The more the stone shook, the stronger the dark power. Now the thing isn't just shaking, it's blown to bitsand. She has no idea what that means. Feng tries to calm her. Yeah, I know it's weird that I switched classes right after awakening, but you've known me forever. At least trust that I don't have some evil power. She believes him and thinks, he must have done something amazing to get this far, especially after losing his parents so young. Then she says, I do trust you, but this is my job. We have to report what happened today. I hope you understand. Feng thinks, no clue how the higher-ups will take this. Worst case, I'll just leave Kinyu City. Teacher Chi then pulls out a gift. I got this to congratulate you on your first transformation. Feng beams when he sees it's a purple skill book. Thanks for looking out for me all these years, he says. He hands her a gift, in return a golden feather wing belt, a gold rank item. Teacher Chi is floored. I can't accept something that expensive. Feng laughs. I picked it up during my class change quest. Please take it. He leaves the belt with her and heads out. She stays there, torn between pity and duty, but finally decides to file her report. Later she meets Sulan, recounts everything, and shows her the shattered stone. Sulan shakes her head. Never seen anything like this. Let's close the investigation. Teacher Chi is surprised. Sulan explains, your student might already be beyond our concept of power. Better to make him an ally than hassle him. A records clerk asks if they should still file a report. No, Sulan says. Stop all investigations on Feng and keep every piece of intel strictly confidential. Teacher Chi agrees. He's still young. This way we can protect him as long as possible. Sulan turns to her superiors. Now let's focus on the warrior who was with Feng. We need new talent, and someone that strong would be a big help. Evening falls. At Feng's place, Du is hanging out with him. Why the long face? He asks. Feng, lounging on the couch and staring at the ceiling, answers, Teacher Chi just texted me. The investigation's been dropped. Du raises an eyebrow. Isn't that a good thing? It is, but I'm worried about my level. Every time I wipe out a secret realm, I make waves. This time the authorities notice. If this keeps up, I'll be a walking headache. Du thinks, this guy's so strong he even worries about stuff normal folks never see. Then he says, you should find an unregistered secret realm to level up. Feng looks confused. So Du explains, more secret realm gates have popped up all over. Some aren't under government control, because they're short on troops. Others are occupied by evil forces. Feng brightens. That might work. Got any intel? I know one or two. Give me time, and I'll dig up more. Thanks. I'm counting on you. Feng says. He pulls out the black card he got earlier. Tomorrow, I'll hit the shop for gear and catch a break. He thinks. Later, Du reaches his hotel. Didn't think it'd be night already when I left the boss's place. I'll crash here tonight. Apartment hunt tomorrow. The moment he steps inside, a bespectacled man calls his name. I've been waiting for you. Mind if we talk? Du's surprised the guy knows who he is. The man introduces himself. I'm Zhang Ji, mayor of Kinyu City. Thanks for helping repel the monster invasion. Planning to stay in town? Yeah, for a while. Du says. Zhang Ji lights up. Great, we welcome heroes like you. He hands over a card, special adventurer card, lots of perks. Need anything, call us, we'll help however we can. Du takes the card and nods. I'll take you up on that. Zhang can barely contain his excitement. It's clear Du accepted mainly because he was thinking of Feng, who might need the card later. Riding the high, Zhang offers to find Do a place so he won't have to keep staying at the hotel. Du thanks him, but is a little weirded out by how eager the mayor is. Back at Feng's apartment, he's been gaming on his phone way too late. Seeing the time, he locks the screen and gets ready for bed, but notices his class group chat is still buzzing. He opens it. Everyone's talking about their levels. None of them have hit 30 yet, and they're all bummed. He mutters, they awakened at 16 and are trying to clear the college entrance exams, which need at least the first transformation. Never thought I'd outpace all of them this fast. Then he tenses up. The chat shows one of Wang's fanboys mocking him by name, saying he can't believe some people still waste all their time playing mobile games. Suddenly, MS.Key busts into the group chat and yells at the guy, which makes Feng grin. She even deletes his message and tells him to look after himself first. The students keep chatting. One of them shares a post saying monster attacks from the mysterious world are skyrocketing worldwide and racking up huge casualties. Feng stares at the screen, stunned. MS Key said the world was changing, but I didn't think it was this bad. My life finally started getting better, and now everything's ending, and that monster I met got away. I wanted to finish it off. As soon as he mentions the monster, Feng suddenly sneezes. A wave of unease hits him, though he can't explain why. Time passes. Next day at Yuansheng Mall, Yangsheng is greeting workers, looking irritated. A bandage covering her bruised face from the recent invasion. She's startled when the bullying assistant calls from behind, asking why she's at work when she hasn't fully recovered. Yang says, my injury wasn't serious. The assistant cuts her off. Please, you're just trying to climb the ladder faster through your client. Yang tries to respond, but the assistant barrels on. Too bad your client's a thief. He stole something from a super strong 4th stage awakener, probably got crushed already. Yang fumes. That's just gossip. Mr. Feng's honest, they'd never do that. The assistant smirks. Manager Zhang sent people to check. Turns out Feng's an orphan who awakened at 1 star this year. How does someone like that get all those fancy tools? Suddenly, a giant spike erupts from the floor in front of the assistant. She flinches. It's Feng. Looks like you ticked me off, he says. The assistant hits the ground and, seeing Feng alive, freaks out. How dare you use attack spells in the mall? She screams for security. Yang rushes over, panicked. Run, the guards are coming. Feng shrugs. Relax. Yang shakes her head. Mall guards aren't push-averse if they catch you. You're toast. Manager Zhang shows up with guards, furious. Who let you use spells in my mall? Feng snaps back. I heard you've been digging into me and calling me a thief. True or not? Zhang scoffs. Thief or not, you know best, and you're not qualified to question me. He orders the guards to seize Feng. Before they touch him, Feng flashes the black card Mayor Gay gave him. This how you treat VIP guests. The guards freeze, trembling. Zhang gapes. The assistant blurts, that card's fake. Zhang believes her and barks at Feng. Where'd you get that? Feng smiles. Gift from Mayor Guy. Check it, you're good at investigating, right? Zhang slams them all shut and calls the mayor. Mayor Guy explodes. Why are you questioning the black card I gave Feng? Shaking, Zhang apologizes, claiming a misunderstanding. He can't fathom how the mayor's dad co-founded the mall, and how Feng met the mayor now. The mayor roars, I worked hard to befriend Warrior Feng. And you harass him? He adds, I'm heading to the mall, then hangs up. Zhang stands frozen, eyes watery with fear. Then an idea hits him. He dials a powerhouse searching for a certain suit. We found it. When he confronts Feng and the mayor, I'll be off the hook. A bit later, Feng's killing time on his phone when Mayor Gay rushes in with another man. Feng's surprised and asks why they're here. Yang wonders how they even know each other. Their glare shuts her up. Her shock grows seeing Zhang crushed after realizing they're acquainted. Mayor Guy apologizes to Feng and points at the assistant and Zhang. He asks if they want to apologize, but Feng waves him off. No need. People like them don't change by saying sorry. The mayor turns to them. You're fired. They freeze. Zhang loses it, punches the assistant, and screams, this is all your fault. Annoyed, the mayor calls security to toss them out. He takes Feng to the VIP lounge and tells Yang to bring tea. Watching them chat, he's relieved. Yang stares at Feng, amazed he talks so casually with big shots. Feng apologizes for the hassle. The mayor laughs. You saved my city last time. No big deal. He asks if Feng came looking for something. Feng perks up. Ever heard of the last relic? The mayor frowns first. He's heard of it. Feng clears his throat. Never mind, read about it online last night. Thought it was rare. Flashback to Feng's apartment. He used the skillbook ms.key gave him to restore mana mid-fight. When it burned out, it morphed into a forbidden spell, Dark Harvest, letting him absorb leftover dark energy from the last relic. Back to the present, Feng wonders where to find something similar. The system hasn't explained it. The mayor stands. Quick visit today, but next time you swing by my city, give me a heads up so I can host you properly. He triggers a flight scroll and vanishes. After he leaves, Feng turns to Du. Let's grab some food. Du suggests eating at his place. Feng agrees. At Du's villa, Feng's jaw drops. This the house the mayor gave you? Du nods. 4th stage awakeners and up get perks. If you like it, move in, I'll grab another place. Feng laughs. No need. I'll buy one next door so we're neighbors. Du offers him cash. Feng declines, thinking, I've got plenty of crystals. Convert them to money and a villa's no problem, but no rush. After some time, Feng was stretched out on the couch, savoring a glass of juice. Du spoke up again. This place has its own chefs. I already called them, they'll be here ASAP. Right then Du's phone rang. Mayor Zhang was on the line. The top investigation team has started digging into the disasters around town. Problem is, your names come up. We need to talk. Like, now. Du felt a knot in his stomach. My boss must be involved. I've gotta shield him and stay off the radar, he thought. Into the phone he said, can't make it today, super busy. Zhang let out a tired sigh. Fine, call me in the next couple of days when you're free. The second the call ended, Feng, who'd overheard, looked over. Kinda curious who's on that investigation team. Scene shift. In a conference room, the investigation lead, Zhen, addressed the group. Anyone know the name of this mystery man? Sala answered. No clue. Zhen huffed. Then why are rumors flying that he saved Kinyu City? Sala shrugged. Maybe because the invasion stopped so suddenly, and the mutant leading it got wiped out. Zhen slammed the table. That's nonsense. Forget the invasion. Have you turned up anything on the king-level attacks in the secret realms? Sala's gaze dropped to the floor. She stayed silent. Instructor Qi was sweating bullets, thinking, Sala erased every record of Feng to protect him. Now all the pressure's on her. The door burst open. The mayor stumbled in, drenched in sweat. I called Mr. Du, he says he's swamped today. Jen blew up. These freelance adventurers think they run the show. I'm taking over the investigation. Find something, anything useful. Later, Jin headed to the hazardous graveyard. Guards blocked him. Hold it right there. When he flashed his investigator credentials, they stepped aside, letting him into the secret realm. Inside, the devastation left him speechless. I've seen a lot, but never destruction on this scale, he muttered. Dark energy still clung to the place, heavy and hostile. He broke into crazed laughter. Now this is interesting. Reaching out to touch the lingering energy, he accidentally summoned a monster. Still chuckling, he told the unseen owner of that power, king-level strength. Huh, too bad it's mine now. Cut to Du's villa. Feng was gaming on his phone when a system message popped up. Locate the final relic. His eyes widened. Someone was contacting him through his aura. He closed his eyes, focused, caught the signal, grabbed his jacket, and headed out. Du stopped him. Where you going? Just taking a walk, Feng said, tossing him the phone. Finish the match tree, not to lose. Du raised an eyebrow, but Feng was already out the door and into a taxi. En route, he pulled out a second phone. Coordinates say it's near the hazardous graveyard. Suddenly, the target on the screen started moving. At the graveyard entrance, a hulking monster emerged, sending guards into a panic. Then they noticed Commander Jeannot half-transformants screaming for help. I can't control my body. I absorbed too much dark energy. I'm turning into a beast. Warriors formed a barricade to keep civilians away. Feng jumped out of his cab the moment the signal stopped again. Jin's screams echoed as Sala, Instructor Chi, and a masked girl arrived. Stunned by the sight, they launched into a brutal fight and lost. Sala hit the dirt, badly hurt, while Chi patched her up. Thanks to Feng's gear I recovered fast, Chi thought, but if even Sala can't stop this thing, who can? Sala stood, shaky but determined. Where'd the monster go? Downtown, Chi answered. Mayor Zhang called for backup, but who knows if he'll make it in time. Sala frowned. Warrior Du's powers about like mine, he can't handle it alone. Our last hope is probably Feng. Cut back to Feng. He blocked the monster's path, shocked by its sheer size. The beast lunged, claws flashing. Feng stood still, hands in his pockets. A split second before impact, he popped a shield 0 damage. The monster reeled. That's the final relic. How does this guy have it? A system prompt flashed for Feng. Begin absorbing the final relic. He hit yes. The monster howled as its power drained away. Finished. Feng grinned. Every stat doubled. Then a splitting headache. A flood of images slammed into his mind. Must have absorbed something extra. Du arrived, sprinting. What happened? Feng thumbed over his shoulder. Monster. Handled. Du gawked. The mayor just told me about that beast. How Feng beat me here? And no spell residue at all? Feng clapped him on the shoulder. Cleanup's yours. I'm out. Got it, Du said, watching Feng blur away at insane speed. A mage moving like that? He's way beyond any agility class. The guy's reputation is no joke. I totally underestimated him. Sometime later we head over to the city jail, where Chief Investigator Zane is locked up after coming clean about everything he did. Sala fills Mayor Zhang in. The chief stumbled on this monster by chance in some weird realm and managed to tap into its dark powers. He used the investigation as cover to suck up the energy inside that dangerous tomb, but he never dreamed the thing would break completely free of his control. Mayor Zhang barely cares about the details. He's just happy some mysterious powerhouse is defending his city. He turns to Du and asks if he's met the guy everyone's talking about. Du nods. I was lucky enough to meet him once. The mayor lights up and asks if Du can invite their savior over. If he's willing to stay here, we'll try to meet any request he's got. Du shakes his head. Sorry, he's an introvert who hates the spotlight. You'll have to let that go. Then, under his breath, he adds, Feng and I already decided to give all the hero credit to this fake mystery dude. With no proof, they'll never figure out who he really is. The mayor looks genuinely disappointed. That's a shame. Someone that strong must have plenty of people trying to get close to him. Du reassures him. Relax, he's staying in town because he's got family here, and he'll protect them with everything he's got. All he asks is to be left alone. Sala raises an eyebrow, suddenly suspecting Du means Feng. Teacher Chi and Aya, though, remain in the dark. Back at Feng's apartment, he's mulling things over in the shower, so that final relic is basically leftovers from the powers those realm chiefs asked for. The images in my head were memory fragments from one of those chiefs, and I sucked them in by accident, along with the energy. He decides he has zero interest in becoming a chief of some shadow realm. It's not worth it. Then another thought hits him. Actually, those memories could be super useful. With the dark powers out there, everything's constantly evolving. If we can't keep up, the world's toast. He keeps going. Right now, almost nobody's reached the 4th transformation because the awakened training path is still half-baked. Our classes aren't in their final form, either. Those chief memories feel ominous, but they show we need to move fast or humanity's hitting a brick wall. Even if I can handle things alone, I don't want to live in a dead world. One good thing, our world isn't the only one that got invaded. Other worlds fought back and won. If I collect more memory shards, I can pull out the lessons they learned and use them when our big fight hits. Just then Aya calls. Feng answers. Grinning, she invites him to dinner to celebrate, finishing her transformation quest, and nabbing a new skill called Vanguard Shadow. He's in. Aya leaves the transformation hall, but runs into her team celebrating her and the mage for clearing their 2nd transformation. Long story, this so-called shield warrior is actually the mage. People are blown away. They hit 2nd transformation so young, beams and tells Aya, I booked the fanciest restaurant in town, let's celebrate. Turns him down, got other plans, go enjoy yourselves. The mage pushes her to reschedule, but she insists it's something important and walks off. The mage fumes. Ever since she hit 2nd transformation, she's getting cocky. The priestess tries to calm him. Aya's not like that. She must have something big going on. He's not buying it. Open your eyes. She cleared an S-rank quest and got a hidden class. The power gap's about to be huge. No way she sticks with us. She'll leave us behind. Later, Feng meets Wang at their restaurant. He's thrilled by the feast she ordered and thanks her. She smiles back. I should be thanking you. That badge you gave me was amazing. It unlocked a hidden class. Feng chews on that. Those Realm Chief memories said awakened classes aren't final yet. Maybe that badge is one way to evolve them. Wang asks where she can find more badges. Feng shrugs, no clue. She looks disappointed. I wanted to buy one for you and the whole team. Feng feels warm inside. She adds, I'll figure the badges out myself, but you need to train and level up now. The world's getting dangerous fast. I'll try to find you the right badge to unlock a hidden class too. Feng laughs. No problem, you'll always be around to protect me. Wang's shocked at how casual he is, but she suddenly winces. Feng panics and asks what's wrong. She waves it off. Just some light wounds from the quest. It was a lower rank world, so I'll need a bit to heal. Feng nods. Didn't realize S-rank class change missions were that rough. An unknown number pops up on his phone. Curious. He answers. Some guy barks at him, demanding to know where he got the badge. Feng frowns and hangs up. Wang's confused. She only told her team about the badge. Feng shrugs. Don't worry about it, let's keep eating. The phone rings again. Same guy. Screaming threats if Feng hangs up. Feng kills the call. Last thing he needs is trouble with Wang sitting right there. After dinner they finally leave. Feng's in a blissful food haze. They say their goodbyes, and he heads home. The moment he opens his door, he freezes. His place is wrecked. A blonde guy steps out of his room, laughing wickedly. Good, you're finally back. Feng snaps. You're the jerk who called me, aren't you? The blonde laughs harder. Tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen. If you'd answered my question, none of this would have happened. Feng glares. Tell me who sent you. The blonde just keeps laughing, taunting him. Out of nowhere, another guy popped up behind Feng and went at him full force, completely unnoticed. Feng dodged with ease, drove an elbow straight into the guy's face, and sent him slamming into the wall, out cold. The blonde dude nearby freaked out, eyes wide, not believing what he'd just seen. Feng straightened his clothes, locked eyes with the blonde, and said, let me rephrase the question, who sent you? The blonde was sweating bullets, thinking, what the hell? This is impossible. All the intel said this kid was only a 1-star, and he's supposed to be a mage. How'd he solo a 3-star assassin? Panicking, the blonde yanked a 2-star from behind his back and hurled it at Feng. Feng sidestepped. The star embedded itself in the wall behind the blonde, who was now flat out terrified. He bolted toward the balcony, planning to jump, but Feng snagged his ankle at the last second and smashed him against the railing. You're fixing everything you broke first, Feng snarled. Time passed while Feng kept barking orders at them to undo the damage, until the blonde burst into tears and blurted, we've done everything you asked. We've given you all we've got. There's nothing left. Feng stared him down, then start talking. Who sent you? Still sobbing, the guy said, it was Mage Zhao, the young master of the Lion Guild. He said you had a rare badge, so he sent us to get it. Feng's lips curled into a wicked grin. Since you started this, don't blame me for what comes next. He triggered a forbidden spell called Dark Soul Seizure, hijacking the man's mind and turning him into a jacked up version of himself, completely under Feng's control. Meanwhile, Mage Zhang was strolling with a shield warrior. Zhang asked if there was any update on the badge they wanted. Mage Xiao replied, I already sent 2 guys after someone named Feng. If he refuses to cooperate, we'll torture him till he begs for death. The shield warrior looked uneasy. What if he figures out the plan? Zhao waved him off. Relax. I can handle a dozen things at once. We just can't let him level up on his own, or the power gap will get ugly. The warrior still looked worried. True, but switching classes isn't as simple as you think. We're dealing with the fallout now. Zhao scowled. Wang was supposed to solo the gate boss, and I'd swoop in like a hero after she took a few scratches. I didn't expect her to go nuts, risk her life, and get badly hurt just to beat him. As they talked, the blonde suddenly appeared in front of them. The guard shouted, What are you doing here? Did you finish the job? The blonde ignored him and asked if Zhao had caused Wang's injuries like he'd bragged. Both men were stunned. Zhao lost patience and slapped him. Something's rattled your brain if you think you can butt into my business. The blonde's eyes went cold. Feng was pulling the strings. He lunged, grabbed them both by the throat, and spoke in Feng's voice. Anyone who hurts Wang doesn't deserve to keep breathing, but I'm not letting you off that easy. He tortured them mercilessly, choking until their screams died out. When their strength finally gave, they crumbled to dust. Back in his apartment, Feng muttered, with those 3 clowns reduced to powder, there shouldn't be any evidence left. Still, that was close. I live in a residential blocky. Can't control who comes and goes. Sure, I can protect myself, but I can't watch the place 24/7. Plus, I was about to start sorting the memories I ripped from those mysterious world bosses. Good thing I hadn't begun. If those 2 had learned anything while I was out, it'd be a nightmare. He stood up, fired up. Time to pack my stuff and crash at Duo's villa. Safer there. And hey, the place is swanky. Night fell, and Feng showed up at Duo's villa. After hearing what happened, Duo exploded. Chill, I'll find out who's behind this and wipe them out. Feng lounged on the couch. No rush. Actually, I need a favor. Know any good alchemists? Duo blinked, not sure what Feng expected. Feng explained, I need someone seriously skilled, trustworthy, preferably a freelancer. Duo thought it over. I know plenty of top alchemists, but they're all tied up with teams. Known fit what you're after. Feng sighed. In the memories I absorbed, high-level alchemists got slaughtered, and their formulas are way beyond our world. Too bad. I don't understand squat about them. My only option is to copy the notes and find an expert. He asked Duo to call if anyone matched the criteria, then rang up Wang. To his surprise, she already knew someone. Bro, the priest on my squad is a great alchemist. He wanted to join us from the start, but he clashed with that mage and bailed. Feng rolled his eyes. More problems from that mage. Lucky, I helped Wang ditch him. She asked why he needed an alchemist. Found some recipes at home, Feng said. Need someone to test them. Later, Feng went to meet the alchemist, a guy named Zhu. They introduced themselves, and Zhu cut straight to business, asking to see the formulas. Outside, Zhu's sister the priestess was annoyed. She wanted to meet Feng first, but her brother booted her out for making a fuss. Zhu pored over the sheets. Ingredients are pretty common, but the techniques are insanely complex. He glanced up. Any idea what this potion's supposed to do? From what I remember, Feng said, it doubles experience gains on 100% boost. Zhu's jaw dropped. The XP potions in stores now only give 40% and they cost a fortune. If a potion really doubles XP, newbies would power level like crazy. I'm not certain the formulas actually work, Feng admitted. That's why I need your help. Zhu nodded. Give me a minute. I'll run a test upstairs. He told his sister to bring tea for the guests while he was gone. Everyone was chilling when a blood-curdling scream echoed from the 2nd floor. They bolted upstairs. The priestess was stunned to see the sauce make that the potion her brother had been working with splattered everywhere, while Zhu himself was sprinting around, screaming his head off. Suddenly, a powerful burst of fire flared up behind them, wiping out the entire mixture and leaving all 3 of them stunned. Alchemist Zhu, a flame still dancing on his fingertip, looked at them with delight and told Feng, the experiment really worked. The potion's effect is a full 100% just like you said. Feng was thrilled and thought, if this recipe worked, the rest of my formulas are definitely going to succeed. Zhu fired off another blast, splitting the desk in front of him, buzzing with excitement over his new power. His sister panicked as the whole lab rattled, but she couldn't stop him while he tore the place apart in his joy. Time passed, and the friends met up again. The chemist and Zhu learned more about the potion's effect, and were shocked they could hardly believe it. Zhu hushed them. Keep it down, let's keep this between us. He looked at Feng. What do you plan to do with this formula? Feng felt conflicted and was lost in thought when a message from MS Chi popped up in the class group chat. announcing a secret school trip to the neighboring city to level everyone up. She told them to get ready ASAP. Feng scrolled through his classmates' worried replies. Their current levels might keep them out of college. He turned to Alchemist Zhu, still staring at his phone. Honestly, I was going to give the potions to the people closest to me first, before I thought about selling them. The priestess lit up and asked if she was on that list. Feng nodded. You're in. She could barely believe she'd finally get a level up. Feng kept thinking, a high-grade potion like this would cause a huge stir in any shop. If my money suddenly explodes, people will start asking questions. I'll use it on myself and my close circle first, so I'm strong enough that nobody dares mess with me. He told Wang and the priestess he also wanted Fierce Axe to try the potion. That made Wang and the priestess happy. Fierce Axe had been worried he wouldn't get into a good college because of his level. Alchemist Zhou asked Feng if he had any other potions. Feng pulled out a few more recipes. Zhu grew anxious. Some of the ingredients were totally unfamiliar, and a few formulas were beyond his current skill. Wang suggested they call the tough kid over now and level up together, then asked the chemist to prep the potions ASAP. Monday rolled around. Feng, backpack slung over one shoulder, stood alone on the street and called Wang to say he'd arrived. She apologized for running late. Stay put. I'll be there soon. While Feng waited, the school bus carrying his classmates rolled by. Spotting him, they started tailing him, like always, joking he must be working as a porter because of the bag. A bit later they reached the training gate and piled out. Shocked by the sheer number of warriors milling around, they asked MSG when they could enter. We go in 2 hours, she said. We're the second batch. Right then they saw Feng walk straight to the gate ahead of them. Furious, they asked, why doesn't that guy wait with us? MSG explained. Feng came with the Lion Guild, so he can head straight into the secret realm. The black-haired student blew up. He was stronger than Feng, yet Feng was going in first, and on top of that, he was entering with the pretty girl Wang. Just then someone beside him asked, you mean Wang, ranked 5th on the rookie list? Yeah, that's her, the student answered. Hearing that, the stranger and his team headed straight for the gate. Looks like we came to the right place, he said. After they disappeared through the gate, the student felt uneasy about their cockiness. The girl next to him was puzzled too. How do you not know them? She said. Those 3 are on the rookie list just like Wang. The purple-haired girl is Chong, ranked 4th, and the last guy, ranked 2nd, is Yun. Deep in the dungeon, Fierce Axe was floored when he found out they were giving him an experience potion. He couldn't believe it had a perfect 100% effect. The priestess smacked him to lower his voice so no one else would hear. He apologized, then asked Zhu if the potion was expensive. Honestly, the ingredients aren't pricey and the technique isn't too complicated, Zhu said, but because of its effect, it might fetch a high price. With a potion like this, he went on, Feng could get into any major guild. Easy. Fierce Axe thanked Feng. Call me if you ever need anything. Feng felt awkward. No need to be so formal. We're on the same team. Wang watched, thinking, Feng's not great at social stuff. He doesn't have many friends, especially after failing his first awakening. The kids at school mocked him, and he shut himself off. It's rare to see him talk this happily. I hope he stays like this. She addressed the team. Our lineup's totally different now. We've got no tank and not even a solid damage dealer. We need to be super careful in our fights. She broke down her plan. When she finished, Feng sighed to himself. Leveling like this is going to be slow. I'm basically just following Wang around. Still, it's a good chance to figure out how team abilities work. They soon ran into their first pack of monsters. Everyone popped their skills and attacked, dropping the monsters one by one. They were stoked at the experience Hall, especially Fierce Axe, who realized this method would rocket him to his second transformation. Maybe he could finally get into a good university. Before he could finish the thought, laughter echoed from the neighboring cave. Yun stepped out, still chuckling. Sorry, couldn't help myself when I heard someone who hasn't even hit second transformation talking about getting into a prestigious university. Savage Axe and the priestess froze when they saw him, totally bewildered that he was here at all. Wang walked up to them and asked, we're just here to level up. Did you want something from us? Yuns answered, we came all this way to see if you'd be interested in joining our team. Savage Axe and the priestess were speechless. The mage had always warned them this might happen. The surprise only grew when Wang shook her head and said, no need. I've already got my own crew. Yuns didn't back down. I know that mage in 14th place is on your squad. His ranking's low. Sure, but we'd even let him come along if it means you'll join us. Wang, visibly annoyed, snapped, I've already given you my answer. Not interested. Trying to calm her, Yun's went on, don't be so quick. Because of all the chaos in the mystic realm lately, the universities raised the bar this year. They're only accepting top-tier teams and individuals, and spots are limited. This is the one chance every rookie has to reshuffle their lineup, including us. That's why we want you. His face hardened. Remember, you're destined to be strong. Your teammates, though, they're just a bunch of weaklings. Wang's anger flared, and she yanked out her bow. Yun's held up his hands. Take it easy. You really don't want to throw down with me here. The priestess also tried to calm Wang, urging her to ignore him so they could train somewhere else. Wang listened, and they all started to move on. Meanwhile, Feng's thoughts spun. This guy's clearly looking for trouble. I'm only at the start of my new class. After the first transformation, I'm not sure I can take him. Suddenly, a huge man named Lei blocked Feng's path. You the mage everyone's talking about? He asked. Feng flatly said he wasn't, and Lei laughed, waving him past. We don't need trash like you. Feng's aura flared in anger, but Savage Axe jumped in front of him and shouted at Lei, you're out of line. Lei smirked. And you think you can stop us alone? He charged, slammed Savage Axe, and sent him flying. Wang tried to help, but Yun stepped in and blocked her. Savage Axe told Wang he was fine and begged her to stay back. He sat on the ground, clutching his ribzone or two were definitely cracked. Feng yelled at him to run. I don't want you getting hurt by these thugs. Lei laughed at Savage Axe, calling him useless. Savage Axe lost it and threw everything he had at Lianli to watch Lei blitz him with impossible speed. Wang and the priestess reacted, powering up to save him, but at the last second Feng stepped in and caught Lei's strike with one hand like it was nothing. Everyone gasped, especially Lei, who suddenly couldn't move. Unable to grasp how a mage could be this strong, Feng twisted Lei's arm overhead, then hurled him so hard the cave wall caved in, rocks crashing down on him. Feng laughed. Now who's useless? Furious over his teammate's fate, Yun's lunged at Feng, but Wang loosed an arrow into Yun's back, dropping him. Their teammate, Chang, stood there in shock, unable to believe they'd been beaten by weaker people. Feng felt a twinge of annoyance. This might expose his real strength. He turned to the still stunned priestess. Quit spacing out and go heal Savage Axe. She snapped to it and got to work. Feng walked over to Savage Axe. How do you want to handle this guy? Savage Axe answered. I don't know. I'll just follow your orders. Feng was surprised. When did he start respecting me like this? He gave a sly laugh. Fine, strip all their gear as compensation. Savage Axe obeyed, but Yun still on the ground objected. That's robbery. He shut up fast when Feng smashed the ground and told him to repeat that. Terrified, Yun's blurted, actually, my gear's pretty good too, take it if you want. Feng ignored Lei and glared at Yun's. Count yourself lucky. If I find out you're plotting revenge, I'll end you myself. Brambled to appease him. This was all our fault for not recognizing how strong you are. We deserve it. Change didn't wait. Haremy equipment's right in front of you. Take it. Feng grinned. That's the spirit. Then he rallied his own crew. Let's go grind some levels. Time passed. In a new area, Wang said to Feng, I brought you here to power up, but I didn't know you were already this strong. Feng chuckled. You know, I only awakened a little while ago. Showing my full power would have drawn way too much attention. Wang frowned. You never tell me how you got stronger, and I won't press you. You've always been like that. She patted his shoulder and laughed. Either way, I'm really happy for you. Just then, Savage Axe and the priestess walked over, all smiles, and asked if Feng had chosen a university yet. Actually, I haven't decided, he said. They nodded. Makes sense. Someone as strong as you shouldn't rush. Any school would kill to have you. Feng thought to himself. All the universities and guilds have insanely strict rules. Slip up once, and my secrets are out. Honestly, I don't need to join any of them. He turned to the team, fired up. Let's head straight into the depths of the world and level faster. No one objected. After a while, Feng stepped through a portal and returned to Du's villa. Du was thrilled to see him, but Feng felt let down. All that grinding and I only leveled once. Without that XP potion, it would have been even slower. He brushed it off and decided to relax. For days, he hung around the villa, playing with Du, sleeping, eating, drinking, never leaving the place. One day, during a small party with Du, Feng got a call from his assistant, Yang. The mall was planning an auction soon, with some amazing items, and she wanted to know if he was interested. Feng yawned and said, I've got plenty of cash right now. I might drop by and see if anything catches my eye. Yang said she and the new manager, Tang, would head over to his place to review the auction list. Feng agreed, wondering if their service was always this good. After a while, they made it to the place. Manager Tang welcomed Feng with a smile, though he was sweating bullets inside. The mayor told me to treat this kid like royalty. If we show him the entire auction list, we'll be fine. He told Yang to hand Feng the list right away. She did, and Feng skimmed it, bored stiff. Most of the items were useless to him. Then he froze. His own experience potion was up for sale. He immediately asked Tang where it came from. Tang, clearly rattled, said, "We picked it up at the Tang Rui Guild auction. Is something wrong?" Feng frowned. That guild was one of the biggest in the country. Had alchemist Zhao sold the recipe? Or been forced to spill it? Did they say how they got it? Feng pressed. Tang laughed nervously. Rumor is they found a new secret realm called the Court of Kings. Only one person can enter. It's full of floors, and after clearing the first 10, you get a random reward. This potion was one of them. Feng blinked. Never heard of a realm like that. If it's real, it must be one of the recent distortions, and by law every secret realm has to be registered on the Awakened website. High Flame Guild Master Shang chimed in. Great idea, let's check it out. Mr. Huo, though, fumed. They've had their eye on the trial realm forever and want to cash in. I won't let them. Out loud, he said. Anyone can enter, but the monsters inside are insanely strong. With our current power, we're not beating them, and we definitely don't deserve the king's reward. Mr. Lu then turned to Lao, who hadn't said a word yet. What do you think? Lao snapped. Nothing to say. Lu tried to calm him. We called you here for something important. Lao shot back. Important to you. My student warned you about weird things in the city and you brushed it off. All you did was send a token squad, and disaster followed. If that mysterious powerhouse hadn't stepped in, a lot of innocents would have been hurt. Lu sighed, head pounding. Madame Liang muttered, I heard Lao retired because he couldn't afford arcane energy costs. Didn't expect him back. Lu said, could you ask your student to show this video to that mystery man? He might know something. Lao laughed. Now you take my student seriously? Lu kept pushing. I've got 2 crates of top shelf liquor for you, and I'll compensate your student for all his work. Lao finally cooled down and agreed. Meanwhile, Feng sat on his bed in Duo Villa, muttering, I still haven't finished the second transformation quest, and now the system drops a new mission on me. Last night was a horror show, and I still don't know what happened. He left his room and was surprised to see Duo with guests. Duo spoke right away. This is Mr. Lao, former head of the Lone Shadow Guild. He's now chairman of the Awakened Association, and this is my disciple, Sai Lath, current head of Lone Shadow. Clearly, they wanted Feng's help. Feng's jaw dropped. The Burning Skull. Lao laughed. Just a nickname, Feng thought. This guy's a legend, cleared tons of tough realms, the strongest shifter around. Everyone in Lone Shadow keeps their identities secret except Lao, because nobody dares mess with him. Lao cut in, grinning. First time we've met. So sorry, I didn't bring a proper gift. But I heard you're taking college entrance exams, so here, 5 million crystals and 200 high-grade experience potions. Good luck. Feng gaped. So why are you here? Sila pulled out a projector. We just want your opinion on this video. The moment it started, Feng almost fainted. He was the evil king in the footage. I'm just a regular high school kid. How am I suddenly a king? He silently cursed the system, but kept cool. No worries, he said. I'll send this video to the mysterious powerhouse right now and let you know when he answers. Lao thanked him and asked for any updates. Sila handed over a contact card. When Feng saw her photo, he thought, right, she was the receptionist at the transformation hall. He face-palmed. No wonder I got exposed so fast. Lao and Sila left. Lao told her, Feng's exactly as you described, humble, never arrogant. We need him on our side, whatever it takes. Sila asked, think Feng and the mysterious guy are the same person? Lao shrugged. Doesn't matter. If he wants us to treat him like a student, we should. If he really is that powerhouse, and we cross him, we're toast. The enemy's getting stronger, and we still can't enter the secret gate for the bank rewards. Our best hope is that mystery man helps us in the end.